Revolt and Revolutions is an exhibition mainly of work from the Arts Council collection that looks at how artists and musicians have really given a voice to people and how each individual can be empowered through creativity. So an element of this exhibition is looking at DIY culture, so the punk movement and the fact that we can all make a difference. So artists are out there making change in the world through music, through visual art, through film, and we can do that too. So this whole exhibition is very much about that. So the Jukebox is the first piece that people encounter in the gallery, and it's 2,000 songs that people can select. They're all uplifting, powerful, fun, playful pieces that really kind of make us think about the different impact we might have just on an individual basis. I was really inspired looking through the holdings of the Arts Council collection, how much political work they had. And one of the key works is Helmet Head by Henry Moore. Henry Moore, when he was a young man, was really politically active and really progressive. He was, for example, a co-founder of CND, and so I really wanted to put that central to the exhibition, his work, and then make connections to Castleford, where he was born, to the coal mining, to the miners' strike. And then Susan Philipsz, the Internationale, which is the piece you hear outside, broadcast across the landscape, really helped to tie all of that together. So there are a number of works from the Arts Council collection, including the Martin Boyce piece, which is a brilliant piece from 1993, which are Souvenir Parcards, and they really bring to life the issues that were prevalent at the time and this idea of protest. And these are intended to be placard protests that were maybe people have just gone for a drink after a protest and have put them down. They're meant to look very much ad hoc. And there are so many connections between the works in the show. So there are photographs of a protester at Greenham Common, which connects the Peter Kennard work of the nuclear missiles and the Hay Wain painting by John Constable. And then we've tied it really nicely to our Alfredo Jarre exhibition, which is on currently, through our connection to the Chilean community in Sheffield. Nearly 800 Chileans moved to Sheffield during the 80s, during Pinochet's regime, and they have very, very kindly loaned us this beautiful journey, Apilera, which is a traditional textile, which is a textile that they did together, which shows their journey from Chile to Sheffield. And that also connects to a beautiful piece on loan from Pedro, who's the chair of the Chilean community in Sheffield, which is dedicated to Victor Jara. And Victor Jara was part of the New Song movement in Chile and was assassinated under Pinochet's regime. And that connects really nicely. There is his work in Ruth Ewan's Jukebox of people trying to change the world.
The pollution's gone. The smoke, the smog, the grime, the dirt, it's gone because we've got no one.
FF Gaydon is a series of works by Larry Attenborough and David Blandy, where they give a voice to people who wouldn't normally. The first in their series was people with no papers in Oslo, and I thought it'd be really brilliant to then commission the artists to work with somebody we've worked with very closely over the years, Alison, who's a community champion in Castleford.
But the fact was, when I was dancing out there, it was just the wheel.
And they spent the day with Alison, recorded her oral testimony of her life, which also tells the life of her town. And then they have created an avatar of her based on a photograph of her as a teenager. And then she's walking through this beautiful landscape setting, which is open source footage from Grand Theft Auto. So computer gamers will recognise this landscape very, very obviously. And it's a really stunning testimony of one life, but of a town locally. So at the moment, it feels like we're continually bombarded with bad news stories or things that we're not comfortable with. And what this exhibition really hopes to do is show how, on an individual basis, we do have power, however small that may seem.